Imagine a battlefield shrouded in smoke and thunder. Now imagine that thunder is not cannon fire. It is nuclear. This is a world that should not exist. A world where Napoleon Bonaparte holds ultimate power. The greatest general of his age armed with the final weapon. Europe stands at the edge of history. One decision changes everything. This is the question of nuclear Napoleon. And the world that follows. It is the early 19th century. Muskets rule the battlefield. Cavalry charges decide empires. Cannons thunder across open fields. Strategy and timing mean everything. Napoleon masters them all. He moves faster than his enemies. He thinks years ahead. He dominates Europe with brilliance alone. Until something unimaginable appears. Through a fracture in time, France unlocks nuclear science. A power centuries ahead of its era. A weapon beyond comprehension. Napoleon understands it instantly. Not as madness, but as leverage. He knows fear can conquer faster than armies. A test detonation lights the horizon. Villages miles away feel the shockwave. Witnesses fall to their knees. Word spreads like wildfire. Kings panic across Europe. Courts collapse into chaos. Generals realize strategy no longer matters. Coalitions hesitate before forming. Diplomats rush to Paris. Napoleon does not attack. He waits. Silence becomes his greatest weapon. Fear marches ahead of his armies. Resistance begins to crumble. One fortress refuses to surrender. Napoleon makes an example. A single strike erases it completely. No siege, no survivors. The message is unmistakable. War has changed forever. Europe submits without marching. Treaties replace battlefields. Napoleon crowns himself Emperor of Europe. Britain watches from across the sea. The Royal Navy stands ready. But oceans cannot stop annihilation. A demonstration near the coast ends debate. Peace is signed in shock and disbelief. The British Empire survives, but yields. The age of balance of power ends. There is only deterrence. Armies become symbols. Fortresses become tombs. Europe enters an enforced peace. Roads and laws spread rapidly. The Napoleonic Code reshapes society. Trade flourishes under stability, but freedom weakens under fear. Rebellion becomes unthinkable. One mistake could mean extinction. Napoleon becomes untouchable. More legend than man. More god than emperor. Other nations race to steal the secret. Espionage replaces warfare. Science accelerates dangerously fast. The first nuclear arms race begins. Napoleon grows old, undefeated. There is no Waterloo, no exile, no fall from power. He dies ruling everything he sees, and the world holds its breath. Successors inherit weapons they barely control. Fear replaces unity. Tension freezes global politics. Traditional wars vanish. Total war becomes unthinkable. Humanity lives under permanent threat. There is no World War I, there is no World War II, only silence and deterrence. And progress shadowed by dread. Napoleon is remembered forever, not just as a conqueror, but as the man who ended war, or perhaps the man who imprisoned the world in fear. Peace exists, but it is fragile. History no longer marches forward. It waits, one button away from extinction, one mind away from disaster. This is the world of nuclear Napoleon.